In my last video, you would have seen in Bolt that I created this YouTube chapter point creation application. Now, I've kind of done a little bit of further work on it. I've kind of added a little bit more sort of styling in there. You can see that I've kind of got a logo up there now. I've also kind of got a little bit down into the detail here, and I've kind of told Bolt to provide a few usability enhancements. So, for example, if I type in, say, 12 minutes and I hit enter, then it moves automatically to the chapter description field, and of course I can just type in a text here. Press enter, and then automatically the chapter is created and it moves back to the timestamp field, so I can keep adding them in a kind of manual way. What I've also done is I've asked it to kind of provide an expandable and a collapsible section for my transcript, because it might be that I just want to create something manually. So it's doing a great job at that. I've added some other sort of buttons in here, like clear all here to remove any of the chapters that I got here. I can just hit that and it gets removed. And of course I can kind of clear I've still got a clear chapters button here. Perhaps I could kind of get rid of that as well in that particular section. But pretty well much it's kind of pretty complete, actually. I'm quite happy with what is being produced here by Bolt. I didn't really have too many issues. The only one that I spotted a little while ago is one of my files kind of got itself a little bit in a mess. Added some text into the actual the actual code file itself, but it was kind of malformed. It wasn't right. So what I did is I kind of just kind of deleted all of that out that it kind of created in, and I just kind of asked it to kind of regenerate that particular page, and it kind of corrected that and solved the problem. So all in all, as a first application, I've been really impressed with Bolt in terms of what it's actually created, because if I was to build this application myself, it will take a little while to put together. And I could, if I kind of, now I know what I know now, then I could build this application, you know, in probably about sort of maybe 30 minutes with inside Bolt itself. So, so all in all, super impressed. And I would say that as a good example, I started with 10 million kind of tokens in the kind of the basic sort of package that I've sort of subscribed to. I had a little play around. I brought myself down to about 8 million there. And then in order for me to take this particular application from nothing to something, I've ended up with about 6.4 million remaining. So all in all, you could probably create maybe 4 or 5 half decent web applications with using a 10 million sort of quota per month. So that's just a guide, because of course the longer you spend on one particular application, the more that you are going to need. Okay, so now that I've created my masterpiece, what do I do? Well, there's this big glowing deploy button up the top right there, so I'm going to hit that. Let's see what happens. So it says deploy this application. Okay, it's going to help me deploy it. So it's using Netlify. I do have an account created on Netlify. This is really just kind of allows you to kind of sort of deploy applications and kind of make them kind of available out into the public domain here. So it looks like it's created an app for me. So if I just click on that here, so great. Deploy my application, looks like it's out in the wild. I've got a kind of a URL. Let's just go back to Bolt here, and then it's talking about this transfer to the Netlify to my own account. So because I've got this Netlify account created, of course if you have it, it's likely that it'll ask you to create it when you click on this. If I just hit this, then it's going to take me to Netlify. It's looking like it's I can add the project, so let's hit that and let's see what happens. Okay, wow, so it's kind of brought it into my kind of my dashboard here. You can see this is the only one that I've got available. So it looks like this is probably up and running. Let's have a look at your site. It's deployed, it's published. Looks like I can set up custom domains and all this kind of stuff now. Now, of course, there's going to be probably a cost associated with this, because I guess that because this is a kind of a free account, there's probably going to be limited deployments that I can do, or build time, or whatever it has. There's going to be some restrictions, so certainly do check that out. But for some personal projects, some more hobby projects, you'll find that this should get you up and running, and of course you can then scale as you need to. But it's great that I can find a very easy way to kind of move this out into the public domain and to kind of keep it updated and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a good start. So I can deploy applications out into the wild. Now, what else can I do? Let's just pop back into Bolt. So of course I can continue to kind of open the project open in StackBlitz. So if I want a more kind of advanced code editor, I want to kind of get into the weeds, then I can kind of carry on and use something like StackBlitz here, which is a kind of a very capable kind of environment for you to kind of use as either code editors. I mean, you can pretty well much do everything you need to do in this particular website. You can hook it up to a kind of repository here, so like a Git repo where you can get everything under source control, which is quite nice. So I guess you can also kind of create the Git repo, get everything under source control, and then you can kind of then bring that maybe then into Netlify. So you kind of got the links between the two there, and you can kind of then do kind of redeployments within Netlify, get those updated out into the world. I'll probably cover that in more detail at a certain point. But these videos really is just kind of an early kind of exploration of Bolt in terms of what it is providing, some early experiences, and so far it's been really, really positive. Been really quite happy with everything I've seen. I guess just as a quick test then, let's see how I can continue to make changes in Bolt and see that propagate through to Netlify and out to the wild. So I'm just going to say here, change a title to YouTube a chapter point creator. So let's see if we can make that change. Let Bolt do its thing. And I'm going to hit the deploy button. Let's see kind of what happens. Okay, so title is all updated for me. Now, of course, I could have gone into the code editor there and made that change myself instead of kind of chipping away at some of the tokens that I've got. So let's try hitting the deploy button again. Let's see what, hopefully it's going to remember that I've already deployed this to Netlify, and it's not going to try deploying it as a new application, but I have no idea. So I've got this gut feeling here that it's going to kind of deploy it as a brand new application. Yeah, just as I expected. So here it's deployed it as a brand new application. I guess if I just hit this little button again, it's going to take me back into Netlify. I can add the project in, and now I've got two. So it looks like the kind of the round trip in between Bolt and Netlify is going to be somewhat quite limited. So it looks like what I'm going to need to do is kind of set up this Git repository, kind of deploy all of my changes in there, and then of course get Netlify to kind of pick all of those changes up, and then for me to be able to kind of redeploy them. So it looks like it's quite basic between Bolt and this. I'm going to keep kind of working at this and kind of learn a little bit more, but I just want to do that little test here just to kind of give you guys a little bit more of a clue of exactly what it's doing. But I may have missed something, but that's currently my experience so far. So I think that's probably it. We'll leave this little video here. This is really just a short kind of extension to the video that I've done previously. I'm going to kind of get my head into more examples in Bolt. I'm going to kind of really push it to its limits. I'm going to create some much more complex applications, some more sort of database applications that I kind of said in the first video. So watch out. Those videos are going to be coming up very, very soon. Of course, if you like this kind of stuff, the kind of the NoCode space and kind of using AI to kind of generate these kind of applications, then please do stick with the channel. Please do subscribe, of course, and there'll be more content coming very, very soon. I'll also look at also other kind of AI builders as well to kind of get into. So yeah, there should be some good stuff coming very, very soon. So until the next video, I'll see you soon.